Whistler for the opening of Whistler Blackcomb's 2023 season. There's a lot of hype, stoke, excitement, basically a lot of buzz in town about it. People in this community are talking about getting back up on that mountain, how much snow they might get. But they're also talking about money, the cost of living. Do you find that it's expensive to go out, to go to restaurants?
Yeah, I think, I haven't really been to a restaurant here because it's very expensive.
Do you feel like life is a little more expensive than it used to be?
Yeah.
Because our host parents get 1.5K in a month for because we're international students. Whistler is one of the expensive places in the world. 1,500 is not enough for my host mom to feed me because groceries are so expensive, and that's not it. Yeah.
Are you finding it's harder to keep up all the skiing and doing the trips?
Yeah, you said everything higher, especially for Dallas. Over here, everything very high.
Someone said to us that it feels like a discount because you're paying US dollars. Does it feel like it's a discount or is it still feeling pricey?
Still very pricey.
I've lived here now for 9 years, so I think we've got a pretty stable place to live and that definitely helps. But yeah, newcomers for sure, it'd be really hard.
And are you guys finding that, you're trying to cut back on things, looking at how you can try and save? Is any of that come into consideration yet?
Yeah, a little bit. We've set some budgets for the first time, which is, different, but
challenging.
Yeah. No, but it's just what you have to do at this time.
Housing is a major dilemma here in Whistler, and longtime locals say their housing crisis has been going on for decades, and it's really key to many people's day-to-day struggle here. How long has this been here for?
Probably about 10 years, yeah. When they updated the new gondola, this is a Whistler Village gondola. No, we got it for $400 back.
$400, what a steal.
Yeah.
Someone can make this their homes.
Yeah, I know, that could be somebody's home, yeah.
Right? And how long have you been a Whistler resident?
Since 94, almost 30 years, yeah.
Almost 30 years.
Yeah.
And so, I hear that when you first got here, housing was already a bit of a challenge then, hey?
I used to live in a van for the first summer.
Oh, wow.
And then got lucky and moved into a house with a bunch of people.
How have things changed? Where are we at now? What do you see?
There's definitely more housing than it used to be, but it's always been a struggle because everybody likes to live here.
Right.
Yeah.
So you feel like things have improved?
There is definitely a will to improve, but we're still lagging behind for more housing.
And what are some of the examples that you're seeing? How's it for your staff? Because you've got housing now, right?
We have a couple, they live in a van, in a camper van for the winter. And we got luckily some housing upstairs where we can house 4 of our own staff. It's really expensive. I think a shared bedroom goes $1,000 a bed. Just not enough rooms. And all those new big houses don't come with little en-suites now, like they used to have. Sometimes we have to go short-staffed because we just don't have enough.
That type of concern is something we've heard from many of the other people we've talked to here, and they're not sure who to blame, but what they do know is that something more needs to be done. Tell me about your membership here in Whistler.
Yeah, so we represent 7 hotels up here in Whistler, mostly housekeeping, but a lot of people are front desk and valet, laundry and such.
I know you guys are holding a session about housing and affordability. What are you hearing from your members about that?
Well, members come here, they want to enjoy a beautiful Whistler, but they just can't find a place. And so some of them end up living in tents, living in their vehicles. And then for those that are fortunate enough to find a place, they'll generally have to share it with 4 or 5 other people. And it's hard for the employers too, and so what they end up doing is they'll rent entire houses and then house their incoming staff in there. So that's kind of a step back, really, if you think about it. Your boss is your landlord, and it's going backwards in time, and it's a strange situation that can put you in odd situations.
Is there anything that you wish that levels of government, all the folks that are involved in the industry that could potentially change it?
To be honest, I don't really know what the solution is. I know that the land that is being developed for the 1%, and they're making huge mansions, and so if that land is taken, then that's that much less land for regular folks that are just coming here to work.
That's so interesting because we've now heard that from a couple of people that they're saying yeah, we're seeing things being built, but it's these big, massive homes.
Absolutely. As I mentioned, my friend who had moved from Montreal, he's in the construction industry up here, and that's what he's building. He's building huge mansions for the 1%, and that's great and all, but there also needs to be room for the regular Joe.
So a lot of people were also talking to us about affordability and how challenging it has been. What are you seeing on that front, and what are you hearing from the folks that you're serving?
Well, Whistler's approach to affordability is housing first. We have a target of housing 75% of workers in town, and we've been pushing hard on that for 30 years now. So there's 7,000 bed units of housing that is covenanted for affordability for 14,000 people. So it's a big number. But what I'm hearing is we need to do more of that. We need to continue delivering housing for the people that live here.
A lot of people were talking about, they're like, everybody's building big mansions, but they're not giving people housing because it's not housing as many people. I guess, on the flip side of that, because it's such a tourism-driven town, is it concerning to have a cut down of Airbnbs, that there might not be as much space for tourists to come?
We have We have a zoning regime that has been established for a long time that sets aside tourist accommodation and residential accommodation. And we have a huge amount of tourist accommodation that we've ensured is available to tourists. So I'm not concerned that we don't have enough. We're most concerned right now is ensuring that people have places to live. And so I think the new regulations help us ensure that people have places to live.
This development is part of Whistler's housing solution. An athletes' village from the 2010 Olympics turned into affordable housing for people who work here. And some of it's for rent, some of it is for sale. But even with municipal restrictions on prices, selling these at cost, many people have not been able to afford it here. What's next then? They need more housing, so they're looking to build at least another 1,000 homes by 2025.